things that happen on eBay.
One of them's very far away.
This is it. This one's small, that one's far away. Yeah, when you think you're ordering normal sized pipettes, because they all look the same, you don't pay much attention.
Yeah.
Sometimes they turn up like that, and sometimes they turn up like this. But, you know, got to minimise the use of these now. I try and work out, you know, we sellotape them up and...
Yeah.
Right. Very exciting things are happening. Very exciting. Things are arriving. Well, I have a scale for upstairs. Now, I mean, that sounds very, it's luxury, isn't it?
It is.
But you shouldn't really carry them about a lot once they've been set. So this is a portable one, all house again, and it compares with the, I mean, you can just see, can't you? This is a tinny thing, this isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, I say. So, yeah, all has SLS, Scientific Laboratory Supplies, are having a sale. So I told everyone, and we got this one for upstairs. So we might make you something. So put on the beaker. That weighs 38.87 grams. Press tear. Bring it back to 0. Sandalwood.
Yes.
The theme for May.
Sandalwood, possibly. Okay, this is a big statement.
Go for it.
Possibly the world's most famous and referenced perfume ingredient. But then I'm thinking about roses.
Yes, that is...
I've never met anyone that doesn't go, ooh, sandalwood.
That's true.
It's sort of got a strange mystical quality. Everyone knows about it.
You're right. I got my first sandalwood when an Australian friend of mine from work in the 80s, she, on the way from Australia to the UK, went to India, and she brought me a set of sandalwood sort of Buddhist beads, which smelt for years and years and years and years. Of course, that's one of the wonderful things about it, is the wood smells for ages. But there has been some history on sandalwood.
Yeah.
Some terrible things happening. We smelt the new Australian one, didn't we, when we were doing the sandalwood fragrance, which I can't talk about quite yet. But I have others up here. In fact,
So that new Australian one is they've just started growing it in Australia, have they?
Yes, when we say just started, they just started harvesting it because they had to start growing it 20 years ago. So it's been an immense investment.
Wow.
You know, like, right, we're gonna plant these little trees, and in 20 years' time you might get some money.
A lot of money.
Yeah, because it's not one or two trees; it's millions.
So then, they're gonna cut them all down?
No.
What do you do? How do you get it out? You just chop the branches off.
Yes.
Pollard.
Not quite. You've got to take it from the heartwood. So it has. This has been the problem with India, is that somebody saw a sandalwood tree, they go, "Hey up, that's a shed load of money," and would cut the whole lot down and then disappear off and distill it and sell it, and that was the end of the tree. If you grow it sustainably, then what you do is you wait till the branches are big enough to have heartwood, take a branch off a year, and then leave it. I'm sure it's here somewhere. But the Quintus one is here. It's been here. I wandered off. I have found it. Yes. Okay, so it was worth wandering off.
Yeah, but this sounds like a great business model.
Yes.
Because they keep growing.
They do. The bad business model was
to cut it all down.
Cut it all down. But it's to do with lack of investment, poverty.
Yeah.
The difference in wealth between the people who own a couple of sandalwood trees and people who have blinking nothing. So this was the issue that there was a few years ago, a lot of sandalwood in India was being illegally harvested and sold anyway, and people just don't ask the questions.
Thanks.
Somebody was saying to me last week, they ask one question like, is it natural? And they don't go further and say, how's it harvested? Is it sustainable? Who actually gets the money? Where does it come from?
Wow, I haven't smelt this actually by itself.
By itself. Right.
It's very, very treey.
It is very...
It smells like it's still attached to the tree.
However, do you also get the creamy thing going on?
Yeah, massively.
Because it took me ages before I got what people meant by sandalwood smelling creamy. And it was only when I smelt genuine Mysore sandalwood from India, which a friend gave me a tiny little bottle. I took a photograph, put it on Instagram. People thought it was a kilo, and it was 4 grams. It just, there's Instagram for you, you know.
Very expensive, is it?
Yeah, it's gone up as well, but then so it should, because people need to be paid properly for...
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's quite...
Yes.
It doesn't jump off the stick at you, does it?
No, it doesn't. It strolls smoothly towards you and envelops you in loveliness.
Well, I would also say that it invites you to it.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't come to you, you have to go to it.
Oh, mate, I'm making it come to me. Age. The blamey nose. I haven't got COVID. I've tested. So I can smell. Right, so yes. That's your reference. So that is the species, which is the Indian sandalwood, Sandalwood, but grown in Australia. Are we ready? Next. And I mean, there's an incredibly expensive fragrance out at the moment.
Yeah.
Which is Santal 33 from...
Oh yes, I've heard.
What they call Le Labo.
Yeah.
And the 33 thing, and when the Labo do things like this, that refers to the number of materials or number of lines on the formula, as they say. But I'm just going to leave that second because that one's in ethanol. So what would you put in a sandalwood fragrance? I mean, why would you need 33 things when you could just make it out of sandalwood?
Well, what's it meant to smell like?
Sandalwood.
Oh, it's meant to...
Santal is French for sandalwood.
So it's meant to just be...
Well, it's their impression of.
Right.
So that's fine. But...
So presumably it has no sandalwood in it?
I think at that price they must have bunged some of the real stuff in. I don't think you can get away with that at all.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons that it is expensive is that their fragrances are made up from the different individual materials, as if I were just taking this and making up a fragrance at a time by somebody who has to be there. So the bottles can be produced in quantity, the materials can, but you need a person there to do every single one, and that of course bongs the price up no end because you need a counter in the shop. So one of the reasons it is expensive is the experience that you get.
Yeah.
Okay, this one. I ought to be writing them down.
Oh, whoa, my God.
Right. Okay, one was...
That, I mean, if the last one invites you to go to it, this one comes to you and then licks you on the face.
Like a whippet.
Yeah. Which is the only dog I would have, I think.
Yeah, me too. Maybe a greyhound, but the house is a bit small.
Wow,
Or a
that's...
whippet.
What's this one?
Well, I was going to tell you. I will tell you. This is the Sandalwood Givco, which is the Givaudan recreation of sandalwood.
Right, so it's a base.
It is a base, which I think is quite spectacular.
It's brilliant.
You know, last time Harry was here, he was going on about how much he doesn't like Givaudan bases because he thinks they're sort of too much. But like you say, if you want a lick on the face,
Yeah, I'm not
Go
averse to
for
a lick
your-
on the face.
go for your Givaudan.
There is a... I'm getting a whiff of celery from it now.
I could get that. See, I've got the safety data sheet, which kind of lists a lot of, the breakdown of.
Wow,
It's made
it's
up of.
really...
But yes, so because sandalwood is It's almost like it's a bit one of the holy grails of perfume recreations or molecules. How can somebody make something smells just like sandalwood that isn't and is a lot less expensive? And particularly during the crisis when the price shot up because India basically shut down and said, right, we're not letting any out of India, just certain amounts of sandalwood can come out. So
they did that to protect the trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what they did was then sandalwood started to be grown in other places like New Caledonia and Australia, Vanuatu, tiny little Pacific island. They had their own plantations as well.
I don't know what a sandalwood tree looks like actually.
If I could find the Quintus brochure, I would show you what an entire plantation looks like. It's like it's the perfect tree. It's like children would draw a tree. It looks like It looks like that. Okay, this one. We're going to start if we're not careful. So of course, I've pointed to that one at you.
Yeah, I know what this is.
Yeah. So this is Dreamwood base,
which is just spectacular.
It is.
It's lovely.
And it's so Dreamwood itself, single molecule, is a captive, so we can't have it. You have to go to the manufacturer to get your fragrance made with Dreamwood. As we say, Firmenich, I think. I should know these things, but if you can look them up, you don't need to know them. You just need to know where to look them up.
Said every GP on the planet.
Yeah, everyone who has too much to know. So this, when you say it's a base, it's got some things added to it, but that means that we can buy it.
Same company.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they still own all of Dreamwood. But it smells a lot like sandalwood, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Which is great. I still think.
Is it supposed to?
Yeah, it
Right.
is. That's exactly what it's supposed to do. I didn't say, did I? Sandalwood and friends today. So the one I haven't given you yet, I will.
Thank you.
This is diluted to 10%, but when things are diluted, quite often they smell just as strong as the 100%.
Yeah.
They won't last as long on the strip, but they smell just as long. Smell just as strong because the ethanol is lifting them off.
Also, you only have so many receptors in your nose, so once they're filled up, it doesn't matter how many there are.
Yeah, a few.
Let's say you've got 100 receptors in your nose, and you get 100 molecules. Yeah, I know that.
Okay,
but let's say you got 100, right?
Yeah.
And then there's 100 molecules that all evaporate, and they fill that up. It doesn't matter whether you've got 100 molecules or 1,000 molecules.
But if you then, you walk through the door, it resets.
Yeah.
Don't know where they will go. But also I think that if you get practice at this, you can keep smelling new things for longer.
Yeah.
Your nose doesn't give up anywhere near as quickly. I think, I've said it before,
practice.
it's like learning to do a marathon. You start by being able to run to the end of the street. Then after a while you can run to the end of the street and back. And it's fine. And then you can run to the end of the street, run around the block.
Yeah.
Then twice. And then you go around 2 blocks. And when you do more, you get stronger at it. So, should I tell you what that was?
Please.
Sandalwood.
Oh, yeah.
Single molecule, which, as I've probably said, people come in here and they smell the actual sandalwood and they go, no, I don't think that's it. And then they smell the sandalwood and they go, oh yeah, that's sandalwood, because that's used in so many sandalwood candles, sandalwood room fragrances, sandalwood this, that, other. Now this one, how do I get?
Yeah, it really is like, it's a legend, isn't it, sandalwood? Right. Also, just a quick light appreciation moment, because the light today is just brilliant.
Oh, good.
Because there's no it's all clouds.
Yeah, through this. Yes, it's all clouds. It is a bit... It's a bit dreary today, though, isn't it?
It is.
But it's fine if you set the thing okay.
It is a bit, but it's perfect for filming.
Good. It just generally has a little bit of... I think if it's dreary, you need something extra to cheer you up.
Yes.
I think sandalwood's the thing.
I agree. Wow, this is... I can only describe this as funky. And I mean that in a very, like, you know...
So this, what this one is... This
saunters at you.
This is... yeah. They seem confident, don't they, these sandalwoods?
Yeah. Some of them are quietly confident.
This one's a little
This is
bit
loudly
more.
confident.
Yes. Well, this is the original Australian one, which grows in Australia. So this is a different species of sandalwood.
Right.
As opposed to the first one we smelt is the Indian species, which has now been grown successfully in Australia.
That's it.
This is Australian sandalwood.
Yeah. Truth.
I'm impressed. I do like it.
It's brilliant. It's lovely. You're flying and go, ah.
Your favourite Australian phrase?
The only one I can say.
Okay. And
I think I know what that is
you
before.
probably do.
Because I feel like it's all roads lead to the same place.
Yeah. Well, all roads lead from the same place to Hammersmith.
Yeah, and the colour's telling me that I know what it is as well.
Is it?
I think so. I might be completely barking up the wrong tree here.
No, I think you're probably right.
Yeah, it's
The
mitty.
barking up the right tree, but also I want to know where the dots come from. And what is that?
Mitiata.
Yes, it is. So, the good qual mitiata, which is this, atar miti, is distilled. This one's distilled 15 times. Co-distilled in clay pots.
Yeah.
Good plan. There's noise. I've had the window open just because I kept forgetting to close it.
Yeah.
Also, it was warm last week.
It was warm yesterday.
Yeah. I can just cool the fragrances by holding them at the moment.
Yeah, this is. I mean, it's incredibly special. This, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, we could do an what's it called, ASMR. We could just
yeah.
to miti atar for an hour.
Because it smells a bit mucky. It smells a little bit like you've been like rolling around in the dirt a bit.
Which is because it's made with clay. It's been
Yeah.
rolling around in clean, refreshing clay, though. It's,
Yeah.
yeah. And eventually, when the clay aroma wears off, with this version, you're left with sandalwood because that's what it mostly is. There are other miti atars that are just distilled with DPG. So when the miti aroma wears off, you're left with nothing.
Oh, so you just get the clay?
Yeah, you get the clay and then it...
Miti means clay, does it?
Yes.
Means the pot?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So they're just having DPG in the clay pot to get the aroma of that and then, right. Okay.
Yeah, so because with this one, it's still an atar, but when it's distilled with sandalwood, you're
Right.
in.
Yeah.
And then you're left with, so gradually the clay just evaporates, the clay aroma, the miti disappears and you're left with the sandalwood. So this is in Great Aunt Pira.
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. What strength is it?
This is at 100%. This is,
Oh, is it?
straight out the pot. Yeah.
Oh, right.
But this is the interesting thing about these sandalwoods is that I don't mind at all smelling these at 100% because they're so mild.
Yeah.
Right?
It is mild.
They could take care of you, these, couldn't they? They're strong and lovely and mild. So what else have I got? Oh, I know. this one. Hide it so you. It's interesting. Because we don't know exactly what's in it. We know, the things that are in it that are on the restricted lists.
Okay.
I've given you a hint there. That it's
Means
not.
it's a base.
Yeah. You know too much about you never know too much about perfume, but you know at least as much as I do.
Well,
I
I so far have done 100% of the slow scent school.
That's true.
I just haven't joined in with the making.
This is true.
Oh.
Yes. It is good, isn't it?
It's so good. Oh. That is just. Ugh.
It's quite peppery, this one.
It's so nice. I don't know what it is. What is
and
it?
the spice. Well, it is.
Oh, it's got a bit of cumin in the back of it as well.
I think so.
Oh, I'm definitely getting cumin.
Chamomile, cumin. Yeah. So this is Firmenish's Sandalwood Base 77125D.
Wow. I mean, it's got a lot of artistic license, I would say, as far as smelling like sandalwood.
Yeah.
But it is incredible.
I would say that it smells more like sandalwood before you have smelled all the other sandalwoods. If I got this out first, you'd have said, "Wow, what an amazing sandalwood." Maybe you would, maybe you wouldn't.
I mean, I'm getting absolute fistfuls of cumin here.
So, what's happened with your scent receptors?
Yeah.
Is they have communicated to your brain, there's a heck of a lot of sandalwood around today. What else is there?
Yeah.
So by the time we come to this, it's going, what else is there?
Yeah. That is, I'm bowled over by that. It's really nice.
So, maybe not to compare it with the actual sandalwood, but to say, well, we could use that for a spicy woody smell.
Yeah.
I generally find the Australian one is more kind of spicy than the Indian one.
Oh, I swear I should write things down.
Yeah. Everything is falling off. It's from the Dreamwood again. So, yeah, good stuff. But if we wanted to make you a sandalwood fragrance well, you're already wearing a sandalwood fragrance today, I know that.
I am. Make me a sandalwood fragrance.
Yeah, if we made one, cheer you up.
Yes.
Because, because horrible people made you not a prince. I've got two interesting new things that arrived from India.
They are lovely bottles.
Aren't they sweet?
Yeah. We like interesting things that arrive from India.
We do. It took ages to get the lids off. What I particularly like is that they came with the packaging was snapped. That ceiling tile stuff, expanded polystyrene. It's like it wasn't posh. I worry when people have spent too much bother and time on the packaging, and that's where all the money's gone. When somebody's thought, oh look, we have some spare packaging here we can smash up and use for that. I think great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because I think India's just a bit less wasteful anyway. I mean, does the job this. I like this.
I like those.
I was hoping Harrison might be back to smell these, but he's been off on his birthday trip to Ireland.
And also, he's got a studio now.
Yes, with a red door. See, I could have had this door painted red, but I chose against. Because I like the fact that it's black because no one notices it's there.
Yeah.
People just walk past black doors and they don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, patchouli.
Yes, it's patchouli.
I mean, I cheated, but still.
Right.
I saw the bottle.
But it is It pretty much, I think it's one of the most hippie patchoulis that I've ever smelled.
I feel immediately zen.
Good.
If you were to paint the door any colour, it would have to be yellow. Because it's important.
Because it's important. Of course it would be, yeah. But then everyone would say, oh, it's that place with the yellow door. And I said, well, no, I don't want you to know it's here.
Yeah.
You know, we had the new wooden sign put up. We just haven't put any words on it.
Is there a sign?
Over the door, above the door, there's a big piece of wood with a frame around it, ready to have it. Because there was one there.
I haven't even noticed it.
Well, exactly. There was one there, but it had gone mouldy. It was in a terrible state. So the builder said, would you like us to install a new one? And I said, yes, please.
So you need a sign painter.
Yeah. I know one. It's just, I kind of like the anonymity of being here.
Mm-mm.
They're sending me prices. See, here's the thing about...
Whatever they quote you on, we charge half. I'll do it.
Okay, you want it all. Did you see the other one? Did you see the label on the other one as well? Okay.
Nope, don't know what this is.
Okay, it's not sandalwood.
I recognise it. I really recognise it.
Natural, traditional, from India.
It's another wood.
Sort of.
Is it oak moss?
It smells...
I always say oak moss.
It smells very woodsy. It's actually...
It's... Hang on a minute. Labdanum.
Vetiver.
Vetiver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I knew that. Yeah, now you say it. It smells very vetiver.
But it's not overly smoky. I have one that's quite smoky, one that's quite nutty.
I always find vetiver quite difficult to get on with.
Yeah.
But I don't find this one difficult to get on with.
No. It does seem...
Mellow. It's in the same... It's from...
Yeah.
It's got the same hippie-ishness as the patchouli.
Yes. The patchouli really stands out, I think, this one.
Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah, it's a really good patchouli.
Good. Good, good. So, if I were to make an almost totally sandalwood fragrance, you probably wouldn't say no, would you?
No.
Okay. What would you like? Last few drops of the quintus.
Oh my goodness. I feel like you just, you know, I don't know anything.
I wanted to cheer you up today.
I mentioned peachiness to you before. That feels like...
You did, and I went and fetched...
Only because that feels like it might be difficult.
Okay, that's kind. Well, there are two things. One is the peach lactone, which I went looking for, and there isn't any up here, so I went and got something different.
Yeah.
This is a single molecule. Is it? Have we got a class number? Oh yeah, it's called. Yeah, here we go. 1,2-E37 dimethyl octa-26 dianyl cyclopentan 1-one.
All for one molecule?
Yep.
That's a bit much, isn't it?
All for one. Yeah, it's long. It's long.
It is long.
Would you like to know its short name?
Yep.
Sniff it first and then I'll tell you its short name.
Oh.
Its new name is...
Is this Okay, so
you can start
the camera cut off as you gave me that thing to smell.
It did.
And I said correctly identified it as apricot, not peach. And it was really amazing.
It was, and it's true, and it's true, it's true. And the blinking camera cut off because we had fun.
We didn't notice.
Yeah.
And we also paired it with, so much happened. We also paired it with the vetiver, and they went together so well.
Horse and cart, apples and pears. Very apricots. So I think I will make you...
I also... Yeah.
Oh, we were talking about how peachy means other things, but apricot-y sort of really doesn't.
Yes, well, that's exactly right. Yeah, we were walking down the beaches looking at peaches.
The apricots.
The apricots, yeah. I also love the. I really like Firmenish's offering. Just because it feels. It's I don't know. It's lovely.
But it's a strange sound of somebody sawing something outside, and we don't know what it is. I think.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're not just burrowing into my building.
So, we're currently at half an hour, I think, ish. So shall we say we're going to wrap this up, and then in part 2 we'll make a fragrance?
Oh yes, I thought this was already part 2.
Well, no, I'm just going to wrap it up, and then.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay. Goodbye, everyone.